Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. My son sent me this beautiful hat appropriate for chicken Kabbalah, and I thought I'd show it off. Also, my Svengoolie t-shirt. So, I'm being in my Thanksgiving festive mood. The 5s, 6s, and 7s of the small cards of every suit represent the fixed signs of the zodiac. So cups are water, and the fixed sign of water is Scorpio. So these are the 3 cards that represent the 3 decans, or periods of 10 degrees, of Scorpio. So, I hope everybody stayed home and are having a festive and lonely Thanksgiving. But be happy in your loneliness. You are your best company. Okay, the 5 of Cups. A pretty card. Mars in Scorpio represents 0 degrees to 10 degrees Scorpio. That's October 23rd through November 1st. The original title is Lord of the Loss in Pleasure. The Golden Dawn model is a hand appears from clouds at the bottom of the card holding lotuses or water lilies. Flowers fall right and left, overhanging the 5 cups arranged as a square with one in the center. The lotus stem ascends between the cups as a fountain. No water comes from the flowers. All cups are empty. The Queen scale of color for Geburah, which is number 5 on the Tree of Life, is scarlet red. 4 scales of colors for Mars: scarlet, red, Venetian red, bright red, rayed azure or emerald. The 4 scales for Scorpio: green blue, dull brown, very dark brown, and livid indigo brown. Just as a reminder, the 4 scales of colors are also broken up into Yod, He, Vav, Vav, He. The King scale, the Queen scale, the Prince scale, and the Princess scale. Sort of the same breakdown of fire, water, air, earth. The formula that makes up this card, what makes disappointment disappointment, is number 5, Geburah on the Tree of Life, of Cups, which is Braya, the Kabbalistic world, plus Mars in Scorpio, equals disappointment. With this card, the suit of cups takes a dramatic and sinister turn. This is very disappointing because the 5 of Cups had so much going for it. Discarding the configuration of the Golden Dawn model that displays 5 empty cups arranged as a square with 1 cup in the center, Crowley has Harris arrange her cups as an inverted pentagram symbol. In this place, the triumph of matter over spirit. Now, sometimes the inverted pentagram means spirit descending into matter. But in this case, the inverted pentagram is matter's triumph over spirit. What is it that turns this card sour? Mars rules Scorpio and is very happy to be there. Not only that, all this is in Geburah, the hometown. the sphere of Mars. So where's the problem? The problem stems from the fact that Mars is too happy to be here. He gets himself too excited to indulge in foreplay. This makes Scorpio nervous. He ends up prematurely blowing such a fiery blast upon the relationship that it retards what otherwise might have been the slow process of passionate decay that Scorpio uses to devour and liberate her lovers. Who among us cannot understand this? Water no longer pours into the cups. The lotus blossoms have been completely blown away by the hot martial wind that has turned the sky red. The sea is now a stagnating pool. Now we can see where the earlier small cards in this suit were taking us. Love. Love leads to abundance, which left uncontrolled leads to luxury. Left uncontrolled leads to decadence, boredom, frustration, and disappointment. So there. Now let's move on to the 6 of Cups. These are great cards for Thanksgiving gluttony, aren't they? The 6 of Cups. Still a good-looking card because the 6s are all pretty damn good cards because they're the sun, and the sun is in Scorpio in this card, so it's got to rescue it there. 6 of Cups, pleasure. Sun in Scorpio. So this is the middle 10 degrees of Scorpio, 10 degrees to 20 degrees Scorpio. November 2nd to November 12th. The original title, Lord of Pleasure. The Golden Dawn model. A hand appears from the clouds at the bottom of the card and holds up a group of stems or lotuses or water lilies from which flowers bend, one over each cup. Water flows from these flowers into cups as if from a fountain. The cups are not yet full. The queen scale for Tifereth on the Tree of Life, which is number 6, is yellow, golden yellow. The 4 scales for the sun, orange, gold yellow, rich amber, and amber rayed red. Notice that in the lowest of the color scales, they're always rayed or speckled or somehow they're not pure colors. They're kind of polluted, fragmented colors. That's because Earth is that special lowest of the low, and Earth is screwed, but in a very good way. Okay, the 4 scales for Scorpio are green-blue, dull brown, very dark brown, and livid indigo brown. The formula that makes pleasure are number 6, Tifereth, of Cups, Brya, the creative world, plus Sun in Scorpio, pleasure. Balance returns to the suit as the 6 of Cups. Pleasure finds a most delightful home in Tifereth, the sphere of the sun. The 4 and 5 cups seem like bad dreams. probably brought on by consuming too much rich food and wine. And we now awaken to the giddy realization that we are the card that is the direct reflection of the Ace of Cups on the Tree of Life. The sun is outrageously happy to be in Tiferet and shines with double warmth and pleasantness on the sensuous and fun-loving side of Scorpio. If this is the first card you draw in a tarot reading, you might want to stop right there and quit while you're ahead. This is a terrific card. Crowley agrees, quote, "Pleasure in the title of this card must be understood in its highest sense. It implies well-being, harmony of natural forces without effort or strain, ease, satisfaction. Foreign to the idea of the card is the gratification of natural or artificial desires. Yet it does represent emphatically the fulfillment of the sexual will, as shown by the ruling Sephira, planet, element, and sign. The sea is alive. The sea is alive with broad, gentle waves, and the lotuses actually dance, leaving stem trails of perfectly symmetrical patterns and arcs. Water is again pouring into the cups from lotus blossoms, but as yet the cups are not yet full. 4 of the cups are tilted and appear to be ready to fall, but they are pressed securely against the stems by the generous water pressure from above. Wow. See Chapter 20 for general divinatory meanings. Okay, well the 5 kind of disappointed us, but the 6 was worth waiting for. Can you imagine what's going to happen in the 7th? Now, look how pretty the 6 was. Oh. I'm always happy to get that. And now, I hope you haven't just eaten the 7. Debauch. Venus in Scorpio. Rules the last 10 degrees of Scorpio, 20 to 30 degrees Scorpio. November 13th through November 22nd. We've just pulled out of that card. The original title, Lord of Illusionary Success. The Golden Dawn model. The cups are arranged as 2 descending triangles above a point. A hand holds lotus stems, which arise from the center lower cup. The hand is above the cup and below the middle one. With the exception of the center lower cup, each is overflowing by lotus flowers, overhung by lotus flowers, but no water falls from any of the flowers. All cups are empty. The queen scale for Netzach, which is number 7 on the Tree of Life, is emerald. The 4 scales for Venus, emerald green, sky blue, early spring green, and bright rose or cerise rayed pale green. The 4 scales for Scorpio, green blue, dull blue, very dark brown, and livid indigo brown. The formula that makes debauch is number 7, Netzach on the Tree of Life, of cups, Brya, the creative Kabbalistic world, plus Venus in Scorpio equals debauch. Take another look. Crowley's definitely not a fan of the Seven of Cups. Here's what he says. This is one of the worst ideas that one can have. Its mode is poison, its goal, madness. It represents the delusion of delirium tremens and drug addiction. It represents the sinking into the mire of false pleasure. There is something almost suicidal in this card. Unquote. Just look at this card if you can. Yuck! What happened to all of that great cup stuff higher up on the tree of life? Doesn't sexy Venus like to show off in sexy Scorpio? She does. She likes to show off everywhere. Venus, however, is not well dignified in Scorpio and often embarrasses herself when she visits. You ask, shouldn't she be happy in Netzach, this sphere of Venus? Sure, she is. She's so happy she's making herself sick. This is much too much of whatever was once a good thing. This low on the tree and this far off balance, there isn't a single influencing factor left to remind her that the party's over. This card seems like the next logical step in the abundance, luxury, disappointment sequence. 3 martinis is abundantly enough. 4 is just luxury and showing off. 5 is disappointing because you're not getting high anymore. You're just getting smashed. But after 7, oh dear. The 7 of Cups is a stumbling dash to the lavatory just moments after you thought you were being irresistible to an attractive stranger. See Chapter 20 for the general divinatory meanings of this card. And there's a warning for us all who might be tempted to overindulge this Thanksgiving. But anyway, tomorrow we'll cover the mutable signs, the 8, 9, and 10 of cups. And mutable water is, of course, Pisces. So, see you tomorrow for Pisces, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and enjoy yourself. So, and once again, I'm going to plug my host of one of my favorite corny television shows that plays old movies. And you might already realize that I love old movies. Anyway, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. Happy